In this film, Ahmed Yesevî is at your age. Do you want to be friends with him? Friends, this is Ahmed Yesevî. I'm a Turkish poet and mystic. I'm a love ambassador who has made his name known to the world. I'm a wise man who spent his life for science and people's good morals. My only concern was to gain Allah's approval, and my purpose in life was to tell people about Almighty Allah and our beloved Prophet. I was born in 1093 in Shimkent, Kazakhstan. You might think we are from Far East. However, if you look carefully, you will immediately realize that we are not Far Eastern, but Central Asian. We are Turks living in Central Asia. I got my first education from my father and mother. My father, Ibrahim Sheikh, was a person who paid great importance to science and knowledge. My mother, Aisha Hatun, is known for her benevolence, and she taught neighbouring women scientific subjects and conversation. In the evening, the whole family would gather around the table. While we were spilling our tea with milk after dinner, we would listen to the stories my father told with curiosity. We used to try to visualize the ram giving to Prophet Abraham, the ship built by Prophet Noah, and Prophet Moses' stick that turned into a dragon in our imaginations. How I would love to be in the place of the immigration friend of our beloved Prophet. I loved asking questions. My father used to tell with patience and love without getting tired of it. The stories I heard from him brightened both my imagination and my heart. When I was 7 years old, I immigrated to Yesevî, Kazakhstan, with my older sister, Gevher Shehnaz, who was an heirloom from my family. Here I started to receive my first education from a Turkish sheikh named Arslan Baba. I was too small, but the knowledge I learned from my teacher felt like a seed in my tiny heart. My mind developed with these seeds, encouraged me to learn more, because every new information opened up different worlds for me. I was a successful, responsible child. When I came home, I would repeat the information given by my teacher, think about it, and develop new thoughts. My family, especially my sister, was always proud of me. Making them happy increased my determination and effort. After completing some of my education in Yesevî, at the age of 27, I went to Bukhara, the center of science and culture. I was here for a while to benefit from the leading scholars of the period. After bringing my education up to a certain stage, I returned to Yesevî. I established the Yesevî Heart in order to explain our religion correctly and beautifully, and here I started to tell people the information I gained. I explained the love of Allah and the Prophet, the rules of Islam, the importance of protecting the poor and orphans, honesty and good morals. My philosophy of life was when you see a heartbroken, poor and strange person, you should lick his wounds and should be his comrade and helper. I proceeded in the light of this philosophy. This is what I taught my students first. I had approximately 100,000 students. I have dedicated my life to spreading the religion of Islam. I spoke with the affection on the love I felt for our Prophet Muhammad and his family. My ideas and thoughts had migrated to Anatolia and then to Balkans. My poems and narratives also fed many ideas. Although I know Arabic and Persian very well, I wrote my thoughts in Turkish so that people can develop religiously and morally. My poems that I wrote in a plain language are called wisdom, because they contain wisdom. These poems were collected over time and created my book called Divan-ı Hikmet. Anyone who's curious about me and wants to get to know me can be friends with me by reading my poems. We don't have to see each other to be friends. We can meet via our thoughts and become friends. I would like to touch your beautiful hearts with my poems. Children, one of the things I value most in my life is time. That's why I always knew the value of my time. A lot of my time, of which I divided into 3 parts in a day, was spent in prayers. In the second part, I would tell my students what I learned. In the third part, I used to make wooden spoons and ladles and sell them to make a living. When I was 63, I had a small room built in Dergah. I spent most of my life there in worship and contemplation. I became an important name in the Central Asian Turkish world with my ideas. The fact that my name has not been forgotten for centuries is the result of my service in the way of Allah. I used to pray God in the morning that what I wrote would serve to spread our great religion. What a joy it is to have my prayer answered. I lived a peaceful and devoted life. All my life, I have always benefited from wise people. I developed my thoughts. Make the most of your teachers and work hard on your lessons. Come up with good ideas. May your ideas contribute to love, peace, and humanity.